Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena Marie, and today we are going to talk about my spiritual awakening experience, the heartbreak that I went through earlier this year, and then we are going to talk about, how I went viral on TikTok and, things of that nature, self-love, my healing journey, and how I got to know myself, things like that. So to start off, we're going to start off with my breakup, and then we'll go on from there and how I healed from that and whatever. Okay, so I was in a 6-year relationship with this one guy, and I don't want to give him out. I don't want to give his name out. We'll see if we come up with a name or not, but yeah, I don't want to air out our business. But yeah, I was with this guy for 6 whole years, and that's a really long time, to be with someone. Hold on. Oh, and I'm gonna give you a little backstory of like why I drink a lot of soda instead of coffee, and why I can't even smoke weed anymore, and things of that nature. I'm just gonna give it all in this video, okay? Okay, so long story short, I don't know why the fuck I said that if it's gonna be a fucking long video, but oh my god. Okay, so I was with this guy. I think we got together in like the middle of 2016, and we were together for a whole 6 years, okay? And we were long distance, so there's times that I would go and visit him, there's times that he would go and visit me, and whatnot. But it just came to the point that the relationship was fizzling out, I guess you can say. But during that whole relationship, it started off with him putting a lot of effort, of course. And I'm the type of person, when I'm in a relationship, I'm really, I don't even know if I should look straight at you guys or just look at my phone. I'm just gonna look at my phone. If I look weird just looking at my phone, then I don't know what to tell you. But I'm the type of person, when I'm in a relationship, I am really big on effort, and you have to put the same amount of effort as you did how you got me, and if you stop and whatever, I'm going to complain. I'm going to be like, you're not spending time with me, you're not this, you're not that, what happened? Like, this is not the person who you showed me to be when we first got together. Because I'm the type of girl, like, if you're trying to portray to be someone that you're not at first, and then eventually, you show a different side of you, or like your real true colors come out, I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna be like, what happened to the person who you were at first, type shit. And I'm expecting that person in the beginning of the relationship. So anyway, I was putting a lot of effort into this connection, okay? And every time that I expressed my needs in the connection, this person would get upset. This person would take it as if like I was starting arguments, and I was arguing with him, and bitching at him, and yeah. But yeah, and it came to a point like he just stopped putting effort altogether. And it was like at the end of our connection, I felt like I was always initiating everything. I felt like I was always traveling to him. I just felt like it was very, very unfair, honestly, because a relationship should always be equal. It shouldn't be like, well, I did this, so now you have to do this for this amount of time, and you have to put all the effort because I put all the effort. And and I remember he said something like that, but it was because basically I have fibromyalgia, so I cannot work a job that I'm constantly standing. So basically, when you're a teenager, that's all the jobs you could get, like working at a store, working at a fast food restaurant, or a janitor or whatever. I can't be on my feet like that. I can't. So I was unemployed and I didn't have any money, and I'm the type of person that, if I can't get you any gifts or, whatever, I'm gonna express my love for you through art. I'll paint you things or whatever to make up for um me not buying things or whatever. Like, money doesn't mean anything to me in a connection. I just want your time, effort, and I just want to feel appreciated and whatnot. And I just want the connection to be equal and whatever. So yeah, I was putting more effort in this connection, and it came to the point, like, like I said, I know I feel like you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, Selena, you're repeating yourself. I'm just trying to give all the details but not airing out our business. I don't know. But I'm starting to feel like I was being emotionally abused in that connection, because it came to the point that he was always disregarding how I felt, not paying attention to how I felt, just like acting like my feelings didn't matter, or I didn't know what I was talking about, or here you go again, reacting like this. Why are you crying? You shouldn't be crying. All that stuff, yelling at me when I would be sitting in the floor, crying and upset and, whatever, depressed, and made me feel like I had borderline personality disorder and I'm bipolar, I'm crazy or whatever. When reality, I was just reacting to everything. I do not have borderline personality disorder. I feel like I'm sensitive, but I don't have that. I'm not bipolar, or I don't have any of those diagnoses, because if I really had that, I still would have been going through the highs and the lows after I got out of the connection. But right now I'm happy. I'm really happy just being by myself. And now I see it was that relationship making me feel like that. Okay. So, yep. So he was emotionally abusing me. Okay. And if he's watching this video, he's probably going to be like, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. It was you. It was this. It was that. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Like, say what you want. Like, for the people watching this, like, or if you don't like me, or for the people who don't like me or whatever, I don't care what you think. I don't care. I'm living my best life right now. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I seriously don't care. But my feelings are valid and my emotions are valid. So I feel like I was getting emotionally abused in that relationship, because there's things that he would say that would really, really hurt my feelings every time that I would express how I felt. Okay. I know my lashes are blue. Some people are gonna be like, why are you wearing that? Why not try new things? But yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of times that he would say things that would like really, really hurt my feelings, and he would yell at me, and we would be like screaming at each other and whatever. I'm not saying that I'm all innocent in that connection, because there was some things that I would do that I shouldn't have done, but we just weren't right for each other. We just weren't. And I can understand like where his anger issues come and whatever, and that's why now I'm just over it, and I don't have nothing against them, and I'm not mad at him or nothing like that. I'm just like, it is what it is. I've made peace with the situation and whatever, and I'm not going to keep wondering like, but why didn't we work out, or why this, let's try this or this. I'm like over it. Like, it's an energy of me. When I say that I'm over it, I'm just not mad anymore. I'm just not. I'm just like, I made peace with it. But yeah, I feel like he has anger issues from you know, personal things and whatever, but we didn't work out. So yeah, and I went through a lot in that connection because I just feel like he was very verbally abusive towards me, really bad. And a person that's verbally abusive will always dismiss the other person's feelings and their perception and whatever. You know, they'll be like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. She don't know this. She don't know that. You're not me and you're not in my emotions. You're not in my body to experiencing what I'm feeling. So you don't have to say in what I feel and what I have to say or whatever. What I say is valid because that's what I feel. In a relationship, you have to take, you know, in consideration how you're making your partner feel. If you think you're always in the right, your feelings and thoughts and your actions only matter or whatever, then it's more like you're in a relationship with yourself and the person is just a bystander there, you know? Anyway. So yeah, I went through a lot. I was really depressed in that connection. I was very, very depressed in that connection. I was having suicidal ideation. I was just really sad. There was one point that I think this was in 2018 that I admitted myself to the mental hospital because how depressed I was, to the psych ward because how depressed I was in that connection, because there was times that we would break up, make up, break up, make up. And it was a point that I honestly felt like something was wrong with me, and I didn't know what it was, but it was the relationship making me feel like that. And I didn't know like how bad I just needed to learn how to love myself and, you know, whatever. I didn't know it was that. But yeah, I was really super depressed. And then I had medical marijuana to cope with the depression. So I was smoking a lot of weed every day. And because I have fibromyalgia, but I was using it more for my depression and anxiety. What else? Yeah. And I just wanted to be numb all the time. I would drink a lot too. Like I was in a kind of like I was kind of like in a substance abuse. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like I wasn't that bad in substance abuse, but I was in substance abuse, and just to cope with all the depression and all like feeling alone in the connection and him not feeling like he cared about me, and you know, like he gave two shits about my emotions and, you know, whatever. And the thing is that what always started these fights was him not putting effort, him not calling me, but talking to his friends on the mic, him not coming to see me, even though he would like say like he couldn't come because he was looking for work. Like I would understand that, but I still feel like if this person really wanted to see me, he would have tried. Okay. It's just things like that, you know, and it would make me really sad because like I just felt like this person didn't really love me, you know, like I honestly came to realize that I was like the only person in love, because like when you really love someone, you don't just walk in and out of their life whenever you feel like it, whenever you want, you know. And he would block me a lot on social media. He would just call me names and be like, you need help, you need this, you that, when I was just reacting to his verbal abuse. And I know verbal abuse is a strong word, but like I honestly feel like he was verbally abusing me, and he was blaming me for everything, and he had like no empathy for how I felt. And I've never gotten an apology from that. And you know what, to be honest, like I don't need one because I already gave myself closure, and I hope he's doing well and whatever, but I understand why he's like that. But that's why I don't care. anymore, but he put me through a lot. And like back then, when I would be like, before, like in the beginning stages of the breakup, I was always thinking like, I wish he was the person that I first fell in love with. He put so much effort. He was always calling me, coming to see me. You know, we would always spend time together, and you know, whatever. Like, when someone wants to spend time with you, it's because they love you. Like, it's not because for you, it's not because they don't want you spending time with anyone else, or like this, that, and the third. Is because when I want to spend time with someone, is because I love that person. And I'm the type of person, like, I don't like being around too much people because I absorb too much energy. I need time for myself, and you know. But if I want to talk to you, and I want to call you, and I want to spend time with you, people should feel very appreciated, because I'm an introvert and I'm a medium, and I feel other people's energy, and sometimes it gets very overwhelming for me. So yeah. But anyhow, yeah, so yeah, we're not together anymore. What else? Yeah, he was always blocking me on social media. It came to the point, like, I can't believe I did this. There's a few times that I would create a fake number just to reach him. And now I feel like I did that so many times that he was just expecting me to always try to look for him through a text now number or whatever. And I just realized, like, why was I doing that? Like, that's so pathetic of me to do that. But it was because I really lost myself in that connection. Like, I had no self-worth. I had no sense of self. I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know who I was. I was just really sad all the time. I felt really, really lost. Like, I didn't know who I was. I felt really blinded. And all my family members and friends are just like, why are you with him? He's making you feel like this, like that. He doesn't take your feelings into consideration. He's not putting effort. He's not doing this. And it's like, I just loved him too much. And I just lost myself in that connection. And you know what it is? I've been in and out of relationships since I was like really, really young, since I was like 12 or 13 years old. I fell in love at a very, very, very young age. And I feel like that kind of stunted my development growth in a way. So it's like I feel like I didn't really develop my full personality. I didn't develop, like, you know, self-worth and, you know, whatever, because I fell in love at such a young age. And also because when I was very young, from like 7 or 8 years old to like whatever, like I was getting bullied a lot in school, and you know, and it's a lot of things like my childhood trauma and whatever. And I just feel like I've never really developed self-worth, self-love, and you know, whatever. And I always felt like I never really got to know myself. And I was really shy when I was a kid, because I was so afraid of like what other people would think of me, because I would always get bullied in school for being myself, when in reality those kids were assholes, man. Like, man, don't you think like sometimes you wish you could go back in time with like the self-worth and the confidence you have now, and you would like bitch all those kids out and they'll be like all scared of you and shit? Like, don't fuck with me now, don't. But yeah, so I feel like I never really developed like self-worth, self-love, and whatever. And I never been single since I was 13. I was never single for more than like 2 months. Okay, I was always with someone for a very long period of time. Like, my first long-term relationship was for 4 years. My second long-term relationship was for 1 year, and then the last one I was in was for 6 years, all 3 different people. So like, how long is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like for 11 years, I've been in 3 long-term relationships, which maybe like 2 or 3 months, not, a separation period, when me and the person broke up and whatever, but that's a long time for not really getting to know yourself and whatever. So yeah, that's why I stayed so long. And I realized lately that I was in a trauma bonded, relationship. I was in a trauma bonded relationship. Trauma bonds mean it's like a very toxic relationship where you've seen that you can't get out of. So basically what a trauma bond is that I'm not saying my ex is a narcissist, but he does check off a lot of the narcissistic traits. And I'm not saying that he is because I'm not a therapist to diagnose him, but he does lack empathy. He is very emotionally abusive when he's upset. He has anger issues and, whatever. But yeah. I don't know if he is or not, but love bombing is basically when you meet a narcissist and the narcissist love bombs you at first, meaning they give you all this attention, they compliment you, and they take you out. They make you feel like you're the most important person on the planet, honestly. And that's how I felt in the beginning with him. And I really fell for him, not just because how he was treating me, but because of his personality and whatever, the good side of him, but at the beginning I didn't see the other side of him. Okay. But basically he loved bombed me in the beginning is what I feel. I'm not saying he's a narcissist, but he could be. And then what happens after love bombing is that what is it? They start to slowly devalue you and whatever, like the real self comes out, and they start to treat you like you ain't all that, or they start getting physically abusive. He wasn't never physically abusive to me. I have laid my hands on him once, but this is because I was it's called reactive abuse. So basically what reactive abuse is that when you react to someone else's abuse, it could be physically or verbally. In this case, it was verbally, and it was very verbally rude to me, and I reacted like, you want to fight? You want to go? Like, it was just like a slap or like a punch in the face or whatever. I know some people are gonna be like, damn, Selena, that's not good, or what, but that's called reactive abuse, okay? That's like if you're testing a person, of course they're gonna react and like, what the fuck, but I'm not an abusive person, okay? But yeah, I'm laying it all out there, and if someone judges, I don't care. But yeah, what was I saying? Sorry, I have ADHD, so I could jump from one subject to the next and the next and the next, and I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, so trauma bond, they devalue you, and then eventually, like let's say you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna leave, I'm done, or whatever, or you stop talking to him for a while or whatever, and then they start love bombing you again. Like they'll be like, oh, I love you, this, that, please, or whatever. They'll show you the other side, the good side of them. And then once they feel like they're secure enough and whatever, the real self starts to come out again, and then they start devaluing you, either like verbally abusing you or, whatever. And it's a cycle that doesn't stop, and that's why trauma bonds have such an effect on the brain chemically that you feel like it's almost impossible to leave, because once you leave, you're waiting for the love bombing to happen. You're waiting for, oxytocin to kick in, the dopamine and whatever. And it's just like, and when you don't get that, you go through such a huge withdrawal, such a big depression or whatever. It's like withdrawing from a drug. And that's why it took me so long to just finally leave him alone, Because honestly, I was actually in love with this guy. I don't feel like he was with me, but I actually was with him. And when I would argue with this person, when I argue with someone, it's because I love you, you know, and I just want to be treated like you actually give a shit about me, instead of putting other things more priority in your life and, you know, whatever. But anyway, yeah, so I finally broke the trauma bond, and it was really hard at first. It was really, really hard. We broke up in March, like the beginning of March. So right now, what, it's like, it's 9/11, it's September 11th or 12th, I think. But yeah. So it's been about like 6 to 7 months that since me and him spoke, and 6 to 7 months of healing, and I feel great. I really do, but it was really hard for me at first, the first like 2 to 3 months, not even 3 months, because I feel like I was healing faster because me and him broke up several times, and it was just coming to the point like at like the last 1 to 2 years, like he was only showing me his bad side, and he was acting like I wasn't going anywhere, and I just felt very unwanted, very unappreciated. And I was just like, if I look for him, the last time me and him broke up, I was like, if I look for him, what am I looking for? He doesn't put effort. He doesn't make me a priority. He blocks me. I don't have a voice in this connection. While he can have anger issues and, you know, whatever, if I react angry, I'm starting stuff, but he can. That doesn't make sense to me. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't have a voice in this connection and whatever. I'm not gonna look for him. And I didn't. And yeah, so there's that. And I haven't spoke to him since then. So now we're gonna get into my healing, my spiritual awakening. I went through a spiritual awakening in 2016. This is because I took acid, and I was going through a breakup. In 2016, I went through a real rough breakup, man. Like, it was real rough because back then I loved this person a lot too, and whatever. But yeah, and I was going through a dark night of the soul, but then I feel like I went to someone like way too quick, and I didn't give a chance for myself to heal, is what I felt. So yeah, I just attracted another karmic partner. We're gonna talk about karmic partners and twin flames and soulmates and higher self and affirmation. We're gonna talk about all that, okay? I just had to get the first part out of the way so you guys can understand where I'm coming from, and you guys can get to know me more, and, you know, whatever. But yeah, so now I went through, this is my second spiritual awakening. So without any psychedelics or, you know, whatever, this is all natural, all organic, if you could say, or whatever. But yeah, this is my second spiritual awakening, and I was heavy in the dark night of the soul for the first 2 months. So since March to April, to the end of April, like I was heavy in the dark night of the soul. I was really sad. I was crying a lot. I was just a mess. I was like, why doesn't he want me? Why doesn't he love me the way I love him? I don't understand all this stuff. What did I do? And yeah, just feeling pity and sorry for myself. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I wanted to go back with him like the first 1 to 2 months, but then, you know, se me quitó. Like, I was just like, no, like, I was just like, no, because I started moving on. Like, I was just like, I started healing, and the intensity of the feelings, I think my dad's hearing me. Anyway, I don't give a freak. The intensity of the feelings that I had for him, they were very strong, but eventually, you know, as time goes on and whatever, it goes away, and you start healing, you start loving yourself, and you know, whatever, this, that, and the third. So yeah, that's what happened. And but I was really sad, I was really depressed. I was struggling to get out of my room. um I'm still going to therapy because I feel like it does help me a lot, but therapy really helped me in the beginning of this year. And, you know, all, you know, these spiritual creators and TikTok and whatever, and my family and my sister, and they all really helped me. And they were all there for me and whatever during this breakup. And I'm really grateful for that. Um, and I'm really blessed to have them in my life and my platform on TikTok, and I'm just happy overall, and I'm so grateful. But yeah, I was really depressed, and I just didn't know how to cope, and I was just like, why I feel so unwanted? He was never like this. And like I just wanted that connection to work out so bad, and I just wanted to be loved like how I love people. And that's not right, because not everyone is going to be like you. You can't mold them to be like you, you know. And that's something that I've learned. Like, everyone's different, you know. Everyone loves different, everyone's just different, and some people are just not for you, you know. And some people in your life, they're just meant to teach you you know, a lesson. They're not, they're like leaves change during the season, and some people you meet are just leaves, you know. But and some people you meet are branches, but that's rare, and they'll stay, you know, forever in your life. But yeah, so I am my ADHD, I lost my place. Okay, where was I at? My spiritual awakening. Okay, so yeah, and if you don't know what the dark night of the soul is, the dark night of the soul is basically when you're going through like a heavy depression, and you feel so lost. You're either heartbroken, or you're going through a divorce, or there's a loss in the family or something like that, and you're just like, oh my god, or whatever, you know. And yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I was going through a heavy dark night of the soul. I was struggling to get out of my room, but then I did a spell on myself. Okay, I just got chill on my leg when I just said that. I don't know why, but yeah, I did a spell on myself to heal from this connection. And within 2 weeks, it started working a lot. Like, it really did. Like, I was starting to get out the house. If you don't know what I mean by that, I do practice white magic. I am a witch, so I do practice white magic and whatever. And I just put a spell to heal from this heartbreak, and for me to find myself, know how to love myself, put myself first, get a peace of mind, and have a peace of mind, and, you know, get motivation. And, you know, and it started working within 2 weeks. Like, 2 weeks only. Like, within 2 weeks, I was just like, why am I not sad? Like, why am I not, like, within 2 to 3 weeks, like the end of March, like I was just like, why am I not so sad? Why do I feel okay? Why am I not feeling like it's like the end of the world and whatever? Like, why do I feel fine? You know? Like, I was just like, So, yeah, I did a self-love spell, heal from heartbreak, and I was starting to get out the house. I was going to the gym. All this summer, I've been going to the gym. And every day for the past 6 to 7 months, I've been writing self-love affirmations every morning when I would wake up. I would listen to high vibrational music and meditate and whatever, spend time in nature. And oh my God, like, that shit's like therapy for me. Like, I love being spiritual, and I have reached spiritual enlightenment. And some people are gonna be like, no, you didn't. Stop lying. But yes, I have reached spiritual enlightenment. As I'm saying this, I'm getting a lot of chills. I feel like my spirit guides are around me right now. But I have reached spiritual enlightenment, and I wrote so many self-love affirmations. Like, I vibrate on a frequency of self-love. I deserve to be a priority. What other people think of me is none of my business. You know, just things like that. I surrender to the universe. I go with the flow. I trust in the universe. Everything happens for a reason. Everything always works out for me. Everything always aligns for me. I put myself first, you know, things like that. But yeah, I don't know why I'm just smiling, because like that's like my favorite part of the day is the morning, because I write all that, and then all day like I'm just like all woo woo, and I'm just like, oh, I'm happy, and you know, that's how I start my day. Because like right when you first wake up, it is best to not go on your phone, because that sets the tone for how your day is gonna be. Like if you're like in drama, or if you're like arguing or whatever, that's gonna set the tone for how your day is gonna turn out. And I don't want to, I'm trying to stay less on social media, because it's toxic. I'm not gonna lie, it's very toxic. Especially I absorb especially since I'm a medium, I'm an empath or whatever, I absorb a lot of people's emotions and feelings on the app. Like if I see a sad video, I start crying. Then I'll scroll, I'll see on TikTok, I'll see like a happy video, I start laughing. Like I'm just like, okay, Selena, you need to stop. Like this shit is controlling your emotions, your brain. You're feeling too much energy. You need to get off it. It's not that healthy. It really isn't. But yeah, I've been more productive, and yeah. So I've been healing. Yeah, within 2 weeks of that spell, like I think I'm losing well, I'm not gonna say I think I am. I lost feelings. Well, I was in the process of starting to lose feelings for the person. And I know that's really harsh to say, but like, you can't keep pushing someone away and then thinking that they're always gonna have love for you for the rest of their life. That's not how relationships work, okay? But I started moving on. I just started loving life again, and I just been so happy, and I'm just smiling right now, because it's just like I'm so happy. Like I've never been this happy without weed or alcohol or anything like that. Like I'm just so happy. And you see I'm tearing up right now. It's because like it's true. Like I've never loved myself this much. Like I've started to love myself. I love everything about myself, my body, my personality, my energy, just everything. I have so much confidence now. Like I've never had this. I mean, I'm lying. I did always have confidence, but like when I get into a relationship and they start treating me like crap, and you know, whatever, it goes away. It just goes away, and you know, whatever. But it always comes back. But I never really loved myself this much. Like I never really did love myself this much, and I'm just so happy. Like I don't know. It's just like when you write affirmations every day, and you know, whatever, it's such a amazing experience. And I got out of the dark night of the soul like in May. Yeah, like in May. So like in May, like I do readings with my sister and my godmother, and when we're all together, we've been doing readings since like February or January or something like that. And when we're all together doing readings on each other, like we're all telepathic, so we get very sensitive to each other's energy. And sometimes we'll say the word, like sometimes we'll say words, and then the other either my sister or my godmother would be like, oh, I was gonna say that, or something. Like, we're very, very telepathic. We could feel each other's emotions, and especially me and my sister, and like, we're very sensitive to each other's energy, and but yeah, man, I am so sorry. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. I'm like Dory from Nemo, like Finding Nemo. I'm just like, hey, oh, fish, oh, this, oh, that's shiny. What was that? What? Oh, like, that's how I am. Like, if I see something shiny, I'm like, I'll be talking, I'll be like, oh my god, I did it, and I'll be like, what was I talking about? Like, that's how I am. I'm like Dory, but or maybe it's because my moon, I have a Pisces stellium where my moon's in Pisces, and I guess that's how sometimes Pisces people are, but yeah, we're all telepathic, and I felt like us doing readings on each other really helped me get through my breakup. And I forgot to say this, like a week after me and my ex broke up, I went to 2 psychic mediums in person because like I was like so sad, I wanted answers, and whatever. And these 2 ladies were really good. The second one was like, oh my god, like she was spot on, accurate. By the way, I'm wearing a shirt, so if you guys be like, what the fuck is she naked? I'm not naked. But yeah, she was spot on. So basically, she told me that the first lady said that my ex wasn't my person, and if we did get back together, it would only last a year, and whatever. And I got really bummed out. I was like, really? Like, I almost started to cry in the fucking fair. Like, I was just like really sad, and I was just like, okay. And I remember when I went to that fair, like, I did not want to be there. Like, when you're going through a heartbreak at first, it's so freaking hard. Like, at first, like, you're just like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. And then my mom pushed me. She was like, go, go, go. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I was so sad. And she told me that. I got even more sad. But, like, at least you told me the truth, The second lady I went to, she basically said the same thing, that my ex wasn't my person. But then she said that she sees a new guy coming in for me, and she kept talking about how this guy's my soulmate, and whatever, and then we're gonna have babies, and things like that. And I got happy. I mean, not that I need someone to be happy, but like at the time being, when you're first going through a breakup, you're like, I'm sad, I'm this, and that kind of cheered me up, but yeah, she said that there is a guy coming in for me, and he's the one. He's like 10 years older than me, and things like that. And I got really happy. She was hella accurate. And it's funny because right when I sat down at her desk, she was like, yeah, your throat chakra is blocked. Your throat, I can't even talk. She kept going like and she said my throat chakra is blocked was because it came to a point in my last relationship, I felt like I couldn't express myself. I couldn't say what was on my mind. I couldn't say how I felt and whatever. And she said, yeah, this connection blocked your throat chakra. And when you have a blocked throat chakra, you don't really have good confidence. I guess you don't really know how to love yourself. You can't say what's on your mind. You're afraid to get judged and whatever. I'm like, yeah, I started feeling, that's why I told her, I was like, yeah, in the end of the connection, I started feeling like I couldn't express how I felt. And I was like this and, whatever. And she was like, yeah, your throat chakra is blocked. And I was like, damn, I knew it. But now it's open. Like, I don't give a freak what people say about me. Like, I really don't. But yeah, now it's open. And she said that this person's coming in soon. She said that this guy was going to come in November. Now, like, and if no one comes in for me, I'm happy. Like, I realize you don't need someone to be happy. You don't need someone, like, we don't need people to be in a relationship with, like, shit, if I was to be single for like years, I'm not saying universe, I mean, if you have someone for me, just bring them in, but like, I'm just saying that I'm happy. by myself, and I don't feel the need to be with anybody. You know, if it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't for a while, you know, I trust the universe timing and their planning, and they know when to send in my person. Okay, if it's soon, if it's soon. If it's not, I just trust in the universe and divine timing and, you know, whatever. Okay. I'm just playing with this rubber band. I have ADHD, man. I have to do something while I'm talking. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, she said that there's someone coming in for me in November. And you know, I'm spiritually enlightened right now. So basically, spiritual enlightenment. So yeah, basically, spiritual enlightenment means where you have gone through almost all the stages in your spiritual awakening process, and the last one you're in is spiritual enlightenment, and I am enlightened. I keep seeing the repeating numbers 111 everywhere. I keep dreaming of 111, and you should, if you don't believe me, look up what 111 means. 111 means self-love, spiritual enlightenment, new beginnings, and spiritual awakening. That's what 111 means, and I keep seeing that everywhere. And I do love myself now, and I am happy, and I'm just like, yes, like this is exactly how I feel, you know. And yeah. Oh, I was also gonna talk about like karmic relationships and twin flames and soulmates and whatever. So basically, I've been in karmic relationships for most of my life. Karmic relationships are basically relationships that teach you how to love yourself first. The universe is sending you someone toxic for you to be able to learn how to leave that person. Okay, and a lot of the times people don't get out of karmic relationships, so they'll get reincarnated back into earth so they could learn how to love themselves and reach spiritual enlightenment. And they say once you reach spiritual enlightenment, you are not reincarnated back on earth. So I feel like this is my last lifetime here on earth. I strongly believe in reincarnation and things in that nature, and I'm probably gonna, I don't know, probably after this lifetime I'll probably go to heaven, or where I am a Pleiadian starseed too, so I'll probably go to my star system or whatever. And some people are gonna be like, my god, this girl got psychosis, what is she talking about? I don't believe any of that. And okay, good for you, I believe in it, the fuck. But yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I'm spiritually enlightened. It's like how it feels to be spiritually enlightened, because I reached the level of self-love. Like, I love myself so much now. Like, it's like a natural high you feel. Like, it's like happiness is like being released from my brain. Like, I'm just like in a state of bliss. Like, that's how I feel. I'm at peace. I'm happy. Sometimes I cry because of how happy I am right now. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, I went through so much. I'm so happy now. I never had borderline personality disorder. I never was bipolar. I never was this. I just needed to heal. And I guess like I attracted karmic partners because I had I had a wounded inner child, and you know, whatever. But yeah. And basically, when I was in karmic relationships, like I would start chasing the person. I would be like, well, why? Let's work things out. You know, I love you, and please, and you know, please. No, never beg for someone. Never. If someone don't want you, it's because the universe is trying to close that cycle out. Don't ever chase someone. Don't ever do that. I would never do that in my life again. I did that too many times. I would say sorry for things that I shouldn't have apologized for. It was too much, man. It really was. And I don't care what anybody thinks of this video, because I know I'm gonna have haters. I'm not gonna, whoever, I don't care. This is how I feel, and if you don't like it, suck one. Like, that's how oh my god, my eyelids. But that's how I feel, okay? But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm at a state of like nirvana right now. But yeah. And TikTok really helped me to like, I follow this one TikToker called Cray Souls, and yet again, I'm not saying that my ex is a narcissist, but he talks about like narcissism and how to get out of it, and he motivates you to stay away from them. And I was always watching his videos, and I was just like, he's been motivating me to stay away from that toxic relationship. And he really did help me in tarot and my platform on TikTok and, you know, whatever. I'll save my TikTok story for like another video because it's gonna be way too long, and that's like a whole different video. That's a whole different subject that has a lot of details. But yeah, I am very blessed, and I realize that because I always practice gratitude, affirmations, and whatever. I'm like, holy shit, Selena, like you're really blessed. Like you're so blessed, and I've realized that, and I'm so happy, like just at a state where I am right now, and I'm also planning on doing more things, like not more things, but like I have goals that I want to achieve that I'm in the process of achieving. um I'm just happy, like I'm just so freaking happy, like there I go again. I'm such a freaking Pisces stellium. Like I'm crying because I'm like, it's because like I think of like how like everything I went through, and I'm just like, how did I get I'm so happy I got myself out of that. And feeling so lost, having a wounded inner child, healing my inner child and whatever. And I'm just happy. This would be the thumbnail of me crying. Like, but yeah, these are not tears of happiness. These are tears of joy. Like, I'm just happy where I'm at right now. I really am. And I am not with anybody right now. Some people are thinking, oh, she must be with someone. She moved on. I'm not with no one. I'm not with anyone right now. I mean, a lot of guys have been trying to holler at me. People from my past are just like, oh, Selena's single, or da 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 da. They're reaching out to me, and they're all like, I'm just like, bro, go over there, stay over there. Like, I do not want anybody for a while. Like, I enjoy being myself. I enjoy feeling this energy of spiritual enlightenment. I enjoy being at bliss. I like being by myself. Like, I don't need a relationship. I really don't. Like, I'm by myself. I've been celibate. I haven't been sexual with anyone. I'm just like happy just by myself. And I'm just like, yeah, I feel good. I feel really good. And honestly, I'm at peace with everyone in my past. I'm at peace with my ex. Like, if he has anger towards me or whatever, I did nothing to that kid. Like, kid, but I did nothing. Like, I just realized that I was always expressing how I felt, and my feelings are valid, and they came from a place where I just felt really sad because I felt like I was in a connection that I just wasn't happy, and the person wasn't putting effort, and I was just doing everything and expressing how I felt and how the person should put more effort. And you know, I came from a place like, you know, I was just sad, and I don't feel bad for expressing myself the way I did because any girl would feel like that. And I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, no girl is gonna be like, oh, can you please put effort? Yeah, I'm not gonna beg for you to put effort. I'm not gonna keep telling you to do it. That's something that should be engraved in your mind. That's something that you should want to do. You know, is to make your girl part of a priority because you love her and you love spending time with her, not because you feel like it. Like, but I'm done being in relationships for a while. I've been in and out for years, and I'm just like, let me breathe and let me enjoy my freedom. Let me enjoy my singlehood. Let me enjoy talking to people. Let me enjoy I've been going out too, and you know, whatever. Like, let me just enjoy this, you know, like, let me enjoy finding myself more and going out in nature, and like, let me enjoy being at a place of bliss and happiness, you know. And if you are in a toxic relationship and your person treats you like crap, they dismiss your feelings, or for God forbid that they're physically abusing you, it's not going to get better. I don't care how much they say, like, oh, I'll try to be better, you know. I don't care how much they try to persuade you or whatever. It's never going to get better. It'll get better for like a month or two, and then they'll go back to how they are, because that's just who they are. And it's just, I mean, people change, but not everyone does. And you should leave and learn how to love yourself. And I was with this guy. I've been in and out of relationships for years, long-term relationships. I was with this guy for 6 years, and I finally got out of it. And it was very traumatic for me. And yeah. And this guy also probably talked a lot about me, and I don't care. I really don't. I'm at peace. I forgive him for everything that he's done to me, and I just forgive the past, and I'm grateful for the lesson, and I'm happy that I went through that. Honestly, in all seriousness, I'm actually happy that I went through that, because I reached spiritual enlightenment, and I'm happy, and I got to know myself. I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted. I wanted to learn how to love myself. It's funny because last year I did a spell to learn how to love myself, and this happened. But yeah, this video is getting too long, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like this video, click that bell notification to get notified every time I upload a new YouTube video. Follow me on TikTok, blue.dream333. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you would like a personal reading from me, my website is divinefeminine777.com. I'm open for personal readings as of right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until the next video, and until you guys see me on TikTok, bye.